Hey everybody, I'm Josh.
And I'm Rachel.
And we just spent the last 48 hours staying at the D on Fremont Street. And we want to share our experience with you and let you know the pros and cons of staying on Fremont Street in Las Vegas.
Let's go.
Here we go.
These are our pros and cons list. If you have something that you feel is a pro, or if you think we put something on the con list that you think should be a pro, leave a comment down below.
As we said, we did spend 48 hours at the D. It was actually on a Friday, Saturday night. We ended up leaving late Sunday. So we had almost 3 nights worth of time down on Fremont Street. And if you're unfamiliar with that area, a lot of times it'll be called Fremont area, downtown area. It includes the Plaza, Circa, Golden Gate, Fremont Hotel, Binions, Fort Queens, and the D are right along the Fremont Street experience. And then in the area, you're also including the El Cortez, Downtown Grand, California, and Main Street Station.
One of the biggest pros for me was the walking distance to everything. Everything is walkable. Unlike on the Strip, when everything is, it's so close and it really isn't. This really is. You're within about 3 blocks to everything.
Yeah, and the blocks are like your city blocks that you would get at home. Whereas on the Strip, a block could be half a mile. And I'm not really exaggerating there.
No, it's true.
But yeah, you could walk from the D to the Plaza within just a matter of minutes and not having sore feet. So that's awesome.
Yes.
You can go anywhere. Another one is the number of food choices that are open 24 hours.
That's what I was going to say. It's the 24-hour food choices that are the pro.
The Strip has a ton of places that you can eat at, but there's so many of them that close after 10 p.m. Mm-hmm. Even a lot of the casual stuff is closing at 11 p.m. Whereas on Fremont Street, you've got a ton of those quick eats that are open all night long.
Even some sit-down restaurants, we noticed, were open 24 hours.
One of the best things is free entertainment. There is a constant party going on basically from noon until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Depends on what's going on down there. There is music playing on 3 different stages, and there's radios playing if not.
And the live music on the 3 different stages are also varied genres. So you don't have to, if you don't like one, you move half a block, or you move a block down and you get the other one. Another one of the cool things for downtown or the Fremont Street experience is the neon lights. It actually feels like vintage Vegas. It's what you have seen in movies. It just gives you that old time vintage Vegas feel.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite hotels on the Strip, look-wise on the outside, is Flamingo. Yes. And the good thing is downtown, so many of the hotels are decorated that way.
Yeah.
You know, there's the blinking, flashing lights everywhere, and I love that part.
Even the newest hotel downtown, which is Circa, has redone Vegas Vicky, and it's in their lobby. And so that's really cool as well to see the old stuff refurbished and still working again.
Another pro is that there's a lot of lower to mid-tier price range for restaurants. A lot of times on the Strip, you're really struggling to find a lunch under $100 if you want alcohol. You know, sometimes, yeah, you can get a burger here, a burger there, piece of pizza. But once you start adding alcohol in, it gets very expensive. And we found that it was pretty easy to stay in a reasonable price range for our breakfast and our lunch.
In addition to that, the ability to just walk up to a bar outside on Fremont Street and order a drink, or walk into an ABC store or Walgreens and purchase your alcohol that way, it's very convenient. It's not something you have to go out and search for. There are bars outside on Fremont Street experience and downtown area. There's a Walgreens or an ABC store almost at least on every block. And like Josh said, these blocks are not half-mile blocks. You're talking regular city blocks.
And I would actually say the proximity to the ABC stores and Walgreens is a pro as well.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going so far. Or like even if you wanted to get something inside the hotel, you're not having to walk a quarter mile off of the street to get into the hotel to be able to buy something. Everything is right there. It's all at your fingertips.
Another one of the pros of being downtown is you get all the same slot machines as you would get on the Strip, in addition to the table games. So you're not missing out on anything by going downtown.
No, and you also have sportsbook throughout the downtown area, including the best sportsbook probably in Las Vegas at Circa.
We actually got to watch a fight there.
We did, yeah. And you know, it's really hard to beat that, but like if you're if you go to Vegas for sports, you know, you still have that ability down there. So you can get all your gambling needs in the same area, and it's really close area.
As Josh mentioned a minute ago about the mid-tier and lower-end valued restaurants, not only that, but you're getting a lot more value for your money spent at some of these restaurants. We enjoyed Hash House, A Go-Go, 8 East, and we got a ton of food for not such a high price. And the portions were huge. Even Nacho Daddy, those nachos were so big.
Yeah, it definitely feels like your money goes further downtown.
Yeah.
And that also includes the hotels. The hotels are generally cheaper. Now, they're not going to be as extravagant.
No.
But they are, you know, you can actually find them for under $150 a night. And that includes like a minimal resort fee, whereas on the Strip, it's very hard to find anything under $200 after you include resort fees. Lots of people get good deals and they get resort fees written off, but downtown you can definitely get your money to go further. We talked about how downtown has good mid-tier restaurants. They also have some high-tier ones, and those are going to be steakhouses though.
Yeah.
Like you've got a Barry's, you've got a
Andiamo,
Oscars, Vic and Anthony's. There's a lot of good steakhouses down there, and it's in a very close proximity. You're only walking a block or half a block some of the time to get there, and it's still giving you the same level experience as what you're getting at a lot of the very expensive steakhouses on the Strip.
Another pro we found for the downtown Fremont area is its proximity to the Arts District. We have really enjoyed the bars and restaurants down in the Arts District, and it's an up-and-coming area in Vegas, and the downtown area is really within walking distance.
Yeah, you're probably under a mile, and it's got great craft beers, it's got great restaurants that are up and coming, and it has good deals too.
It does have good
deals.
deals.
The price is much better, and you can I do believe that there is a shuttle that goes there for free. Otherwise, it's a very short Uber or even a walk. I don't think that I would walk it at night.
Right.
But you can definitely get there. And the final thing, like the party. It goes late into the night. There is always a party, and you don't have to search it out. On the Strip, there's certain places where it's going to be, and you're kind of spread out when you want to do it.
Yeah.
Whereas this, you know, you're going till well past midnight, and there's a huge crowd out there all the time. So it's a lot of fun if that's what you're going for.
Now, that can be a pro, but it can also be a con. So we'll go into that list next.
That goes into the cons. That is exactly what it goes into, is that it is crowded at night.
Oh, it's so crowded. Like, shoulder to shoulder crowded.
Yes, during special events especially, and like I had said, we were there on a Friday and a Saturday night, so it's going to be less crowded probably during the week, but Friday, Saturday night, when you're at the concerts, there's a ton of people there. It is shoulder to shoulder, and almost everybody's drinking. So sometimes people are bumping into you. They might be spilling their drink. You might even find them laying on the ground.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you're not a fan of crowds, you're not a fan of noise, this is not going to be for you.
Yes.
Which leads into the next one, which is it is loud.
And loud.
Yeah.
Like, you can't talk to each other when you're outside.
No, and not just on the Fremont Street experience is it loud, but also it carries into your room.
Yes.
Staying at the D, we were facing actually we weren't even facing directly to the Fremont Street experience side, but we were notified by our desk clerk as we checked in, there's concerts going on, it's Friday night, it's gonna be loud. And when we got up to our room, there was just this constant hum that you could hear of music, which luckily we had a really old fan in the room that kind of drowned it out. Well.
In addition to being outside on it, the casinos are loud.
Yes.
At least the majority of them. There are some that are a little quieter with their music, but the majority of the casinos are loud. I'm not sure if they're trying to drown out the music from outside or what, but it is a party vibe inside the casinos and outside on Fremont Street.
And we did gamble mostly at Circa and the D, which are notoriously the loudest ones probably in all of Vegas. And yeah, they definitely crank that up to 11.
That's true.
Another downside is there's a high perception of crime.
And it shouldn't, I wouldn't even say it's a perception. There's been a lot of crime lately in the news at downtown.
Yes. Now, we did not experience it. We did not experience any fights. We did not see anything more than one guy passed out on the ground, and he had his eyes open.
Yeah,
but,
still breathing.
But there is a lot of public intoxication going on in that area.
Yeah.
And there is security around, but you know there's going to be problems that come with that. And also, there are these circles where there's
Street
locals,
performers?
street performers that are able to, entertain for tips. But there tends to be a lot of homeless people that end up in those circles. And I know that there's some sign-up thing that, leads to who gets to be in that spot. But there's a high level of homelessness. There's a high level of drug and alcohol use in that area. And that is going to lead to crime.
Absolutely.
There were multiple shootings that have been publicized recently, but we did not see any of them, and I didn't feel unsafe at any time either.
I agree. I didn't either. Again, although it's a con, just be aware of your surroundings.
Correct. The next thing about that is, there's a little lack of variety.
At least from our aspect.
Yeah.
We like to do so much when we go to Vegas, and we try to pack a ton in. If you're watching any of our past videos, you see how much stuff we pack in those days. So for us, by the end of 48 hours, we had kind of seen everything we wanted to see and done everything we wanted to do.
If you're not into gambling, drinking, or live music, which there are people that are not into those three things, it is a difficult place to find things.
Now, there are a couple of different options to go see, but it doesn't take long to get there, and it doesn't take long to get through them. The Mob Museum, Container Park, and as we mentioned earlier, Arts District. But it really does not take long to get through that stuff. So if you can spread it out, I guess, take your time a little bit.
Yeah, we went to the Container Park, and within about 5-10 minutes, we were good.
Done.
We were ready to come back. Mob Museum we have done before, and it's a very good museum if you're into those.
Yep.
It talks you through the early beginnings of Las Vegas and the mob running it. So that was very cool. It's got a cool bar underneath. It's like a speakeasy, which we did go to. Great drinks. But yeah, you just kind of run out of things if you're not into that drinking, gambling, and partying kind of thing.
But there is one more thing that is close in proximity to downtown, and I can't really say if it's as close. I mean, we've walked it once. It was the Neon Museum, and
That's
it
true.
was really cool to see. So that's another option to do down there. Again, probably not walking it after dark. You might want to get a Uber or taxi, but it is really within
it's
close
very
proximity.
It's very easy to walk to during the daytime, though. Downtown is further from the airport, so we actually ran into the issue where we typically would take the taxi from the airport to the Strip because there is set fees, whereas if you're taking a taxi to downtown, they're going to run the meter. And we were a little bit nervous that maybe the traffic would be bad, which would lead to our price to get downtown being up around the $50, $60 mark even before tip. So we ended up taking an Uber, which it was still $40 to get there. Mm-hmm. So you're spending a bit more to get downtown than you would be going to the Strip.
Another con, you're not going to get the newest, fanciest hotels when you're downtown. The majority of them, this is minus Circa, are older, they're less extravagant. You're not walking through them just in complete awe and amazement.
Yeah, this isn't like walking through the Venetian, walking through Bellagio, smelling Mandalay Bay even, because the smell's got a little dirty, musty, smoky smell downtown. Whereas you've got like all the new amenities on the Strip, and this just, they're older hotels, and just be prepared for that, and also be prepared for that for the rooms other than Circa.
We do like to enjoy the pool, and again, we're gonna say outside of Circa and the Golden Nugget, the pool options are pretty much your basic standard rectangle pool. If you're lucky, you get a hot tub. Yeah,
the pools a lot of them are rectangle. There's nothing exciting. Now, Circa Swim is probably one of the top 5, if not top 3 pools in all of Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. It has like everything you could ask for. It's got heated water. It's got the biggest TV you've seen.
I was gonna say sportsbook area.
Yeah, and it's got like club music going. It's a very fun time. But outside of that, and we have not stayed at the Golden Nugget, so we don't know what that pool is like, other than from what we've seen on videos. They have like a shark tank and stuff.
Yeah.
That looks very cool. But other than Golden Nugget and Circa, you're gonna be lacking pools.
You're gonna have a rectangular pool, and with hopes a hot tub.
Yep.
A
And
small hot tub.
maybe the water will be warm enough.
Yes. For us personally, we like high-end dining. And that was something we could not find a whole lot of on Fremont Street.
Other than steakhouses.
I was gonna say, that does not include steakhouses. Now, we will eat a good steak and enjoy a good steakhouse with the rest of them, but that is the one thing we noticed. And again, this is our personal opinion because we do like high-end dining when we go to Vegas.
And I think the last con that we would look at is don't go to Fremont Street expecting to have a nice, relaxing weekend.
I was so tired.
Yeah, it was very tiring. We were up late, and then we got up early the next day. Which, it all depends on the trip that you're looking for. For us, we were ready for that. We knew we were going into it, not planning on sleeping a lot, planning on staying up, drinking, listening to music, partying in the street. But if you're one of those people that want to go get pampered, go get your massage, relax by the poolside, and just chill, this is not going to be the place for you.
That's right.
M Resort or somewhere on the Strip might be able to help you out a bit more there, but I don't think you're going to get that experience downtown. We hope this video helped you make your decision of whether Fremont Street is the right place for you to stay on your next Las Vegas trip. If you're enjoying our videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe.
You can also follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All our links are down below.
Thank you.